We're at the iCat test track in Manesar, and with us today is a very special car, this Toyota Corolla. Now, in case you're wondering what makes this Corolla very special, well, it is a flex fuel strong hybrid vehicle. Yes, that's right, it is a strong hybrid, so it can run on purely electric power. But what makes it extra special is the fact that it is a flex fuel vehicle, which means it can run any percentage or mixture of ethanol and petrol. So you can handle E10, which is the current mix that we have in India, to 100% ethanol. Now, before we proceed any further, this vehicle is not here to launch. It is brought down to India purely as a technology showcase, a showcase of what ethanol vehicles can do. In fact, as you'll see later in the video, it's a left-hand drive vehicle imported from Brazil. It was unveiled just a few days ago by our Minister for Road Transport and Highways. And we know the government is behind ethanol and ethanol fueled vehicles. Toyota too are backing this because they believe there is a strong case for ethanol fueled vehicles. So let's get straight to it and see what this vehicle is all about.
And let's begin with the heart of the matter, ethanol fuel. Ethanol is a biofuel produced from crops like sugarcane and corn, and given that India has produced surplus sugar since 2010, using ethanol fuel has good merit. What's more, it can also be made from crop waste like husk and even empty fruit branches. So for over a decade now, ethanol has been mixed with petrol in small quantities of about 2%, which has been taken up to 10% this year and will go up to 20% by 2025. And that is when engines will need a few updates to handle the extra corrosive nature of ethanol and larger modifications to run truly flexible percentages like the Corolla here.
Under the hood is the 1.8 litre petrol motor, or rather petrol engine, and it's coupled to an electric motor which produces about 73 horsepower. The engine is 102. So that's essentially the powertrain here. Pretty much standard what you would expect to see in a strong hybrid.
There's nothing indicating the flex fuel nature because changes are to the programming and internal hardware, essentially to handle the lower energy density and the corrosive nature of ethanol.
Where you can tell that it is a flex fuel vehicle is on the fuel filler cap.
So what's it like to drive? Since we're on the small iCat test track, here are a few brief impressions.
Driving the Corolla hybrid is, well, as you'd expect of a strong hybrid, pretty smooth and silent when you're in EV mode. And yes, there is an EV mode. It's a strong hybrid. So right now, for instance, I am motoring along in electric only mode, which means power is coming from the electric motor. The engine is shut down. You can also, if you want, via a button over here on the center console, press it and have EV mode, in case all the conditions are met, obviously, if you have enough battery power being one of them. You can motor along actually quite fine. In fact, right now I'm up to about 40 kilometers per hour. You can take it up to 60 to about 70 kilometers in EV mode only. So you can sustain some high speed, electric only motoring. But if you were to demand a little bit more on the accelerator pedal like now, we're into the banking at the track here, so I just put the throttle down a bit, maybe about 15% and the engine did kick in. Now when the engine kicks in, you can hear it, but you don't really feel it, and it's very smooth, comes in seamlessly, so you don't really feel that thing. You can only hear the engine note.
The car is currently running on an 85% ethanol mix and it feels just like regular petrol, smooth and refined, and it's peppy too. Obviously, the tuning has been set up to manage the flex fuel.
Now, there isn't anything else I can tell you about the Corolla hybrid, the flex fuel hybrid that we're driving here, because we are driving at the iCat Center in Manesar and we are limited to the oval here. And in any case, as I was saying, this isn't a full-blown review. This car is not what's going to launch in India. It's here as a sort of technology showcase of what flex fuel vehicles can do and are capable of.
And as we've seen, they drive just as nice and with a fuel that's more eco-friendly and can be easily available in India. So flex fuel vehicles could be a vital cog in our drive to cleaner motoring.